But when I know who's helped me, I cannot to redirect the light to them enough. I mean, look at this show.
Hmm.
Dr. Stan didn't ask me to speak on his behalf. Dr. Smile didn't. You didn't ask me to shine on them. You didn't start the show and say, "Hey, by the way, I really would be better off if we talked about how we got connected." No, those people connect us. We're grateful.
Hmm. Hmm.
Man,
And you said you're a connector. So is Dr. Smile.
oh,
She is a
100%.
connector.
And well, here's the interesting part. Every time I give a shout out to Dr. Stan, specifically Dr. Stan, he'll he'll text me the next day. He goes, "I have a TV show guy that wants to. I recommended you for his show." I'm like, "What?" Like, okay, if I don't want to be on TV more, I better stop saying Dr. Stan's great. Like he keeps putting me into opportunities, and it's just so beautiful. And I'm flying out August 2nd to Dallas just to hug him and just to hug Dr. Smile. And I wish you.
Individual learning plan. So he has special needs when it comes to his education. And if I am not involved with the school, they'll just kind of push him to the side. They'll kind of leave him behind. So staying active in your children's education and knowing what the teachers are teaching our children, right? Just staying involved. I mean, my son's, he just graduated the eighth grade, so he's getting ready to go into high school now. But seventh grade, I sat with him every single class.
Going like this, and I'll say, "You're learning about the galaxy? I mean, come on, come back to Earth." Or he's learning about ants, like he's studying all these large, like what the differences of all these ants are. So it's kind of wacky.
That's cool.
All right,
That's
so
cool.
when did you meet Dr. Smile? How did this connection happen?
Yeah. Oh man, who would I like to meet?
And if only your back to school event ended at like 6, isn't that, or 7 or 8? Isn't that too bad?
Well, it's in the morning. It's in the
Oh man, if
morning.
it only ended
It's
in the
been.
morning.
I don't know. Who would I like to
Okay,
meet?
well,
I
think
don't.
about that.
I'm
That's a
not.
good
A,
thing to
I'm not
know.
like a groupie type of person. I don't have like. I'm not
Hey,
like starstruck.
let me tell you who I want to meet. Welcome to the Dr. Smiley Show. Oh my gosh, you corrected your name, but I don't see a DR in it, and I forgot mine. Let's go correct our names. Let's put our little DRs. We're live right now, so we got to do it fast. Come on.
Well, I look. I was following your lead.
Okay, well, I'm putting Dr. Smiley right in the center there. There we go. I got mine.
Right. All right.
All right, and now we got,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Sometimes we forget that, when you earn that extra stuff, we gotta let the world know that we're with love and authority, that we have earned the right to support wisdom and education. And
So true.
I have a bunch of books here that you
Look at
gave
that.
me, that you sent to me.
Look at
We're
that.
gonna go.
You
We're
got
gonna go
all
through
my.
each one. We're gonna go through each one. But I just want to say, Dr. Shanese Risper, it's good to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's an honor. It is so. I'm so excited.
Well, this show is about honoring and actually amplifying the goodness of leaders, speakers, authors, influencers, of the good that they do in the world. And it's going to become a book called 365 Heart-Centered Leaders That Are Moving the World in the Right Direction. And you certainly are someone that has contributed to my life in the short time we've known each other. So I wanted to have you on the show as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Dr. Smiley. I appreciate that.
Well, I know you weren't always Dr. Shanese Risper. I heard that there was a day before that you were Shanese Risper.
This is true. This is true.
There was a day before that we were little Shanice Risper.
Yes, yes. That
Well,
happens in life.
yes, it does. So why don't you tell the audience who you are, and if you wouldn't mind, start off with, I was born here, and this is what my childhood was.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was born in San Bernardino, California. Graduated high school in Moreno Valley, California, and went straight off to the military. I went into the Marine Corps. So out of all the branches, I
At like
chose the
age, what,
hardest
like age
one.
8 or 6, something like that. You, that was like you said. I was born, and then I heard childhood, and I go, and then I went to the Marine Corps. That was
Oh yeah, yeah. I just skipped all of that. I just skipped all that. I said where I was born, and then I
well,
went off to high school, and that was it. So I'm an only child by my mom. My
uh-huh.
dad has seven other children, and so there's a total of eight of us. Oh wow, let's see. I had a interesting childhood as an only child. I would like to say I'm not spoiled. I'm like the exception to the rule. So, I didn't grow up with name brand items. It was all hand-me-downs, and mom was a single parent for the majority of my childhood. And yeah, I any other questions?
Well,
I don't know
there's a
how
lot of
much you
questions,
want me to
but
talk about my childhood.
Well, I've done I don't know 600 interviews, although the Dr. Smiley show is around 50 right now, and
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever had this happen. I'm a little parched. I told you that before the show, and I'm drinking, and I heard I was born, and then before I finished my second swallow, and I went in the Marine Corps. I was like, did I just miss? How did that happen in a drink of water?
You know what? I talk fast, so I'm gonna have to take my time, slow down, because I will accelerate.
No,
Like if you,
I'm happy with fast. That's happy. I'm happy. I'm just going to watch how much I drink every time I ask you a question. That's all. So tell me again, what city and state were you born?
San Bernardino, California.
Okay, so you're a Cali girl,
Yep, graduated high school in Moreno Valley, California.
and
So yes,
what
West
was
Side, West Coast, Southern Cal.
yep. So what happened in your childhood that you said United States Marine Corps all the way? Let's do it.
Oh, I just knew I was not going to stay home past past graduation. So I was ready to just be on my own, grow and just spread my wings. And I was going to go into the military, one branch or another.
Hmm.
And that sneaky little Marine recruiter was standing outside his office. So
It was the right choice, huh?
it was. I don't have any regrets at
And how
all.
long did you
So I had
serve?
a great career.
How long did you serve?
Almost 18 years. Almost 18 years. I did an early retirement. So
So you did start when you
seven.
were 6, because I mean, look at you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love hearing those compliments. Yeah, I did 17 years, 9 months, and 17 days. Not that I was counting any of them.
Not at all. Okay, so you took early leave. Okay, and then how many books have you written?
Well, I have a total, last year was seven, and I just published a journal, 90-day gratitude journal, uh, transform your daily life through the power of intentional joy. You'll like that one.
I do like that one.
And then I just got this God's ABCs for Me children's book done like this week. So it's
I see it
pending
behind
to
you.
be, yeah, it's pending to be uploaded. I uploaded. I'm just waiting for it to show up in Amazon. So, it gives you that 24 to 72 hours to go live. So I wrote another children's book. So that was seven, eight, nine
You,
books.
I don't like to get a guest obviously mad at my show. I mean, it's a Dr. Smiley show. It's supposed to be about smiles, but you're gonna get a little mad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I made a 91 day devotional just so we could take it one more day more than yours. Oh,
Oh, I told you I was competitive. So
you are.
now I'm gonna have to do a
No, when
100-day one.
I so before we do that, thank you again for your service. And as you know, not only did I do a little stint in the U.S. Army Transportation Corps through Johns Hopkins, and I was just a reservist, just so we're clear. So I didn't do the hard time you did.
Hey,
But
it's okay. You still served.
what I want to say is, I have noticed, in with a big smile, that I
Mhm.
didn't know I was doing this, but I'm attracting, and U.S. Marine too. I mean, but right here we had at an event in Nashville, perfect publishing authors, and at the table I was at, not my table, but at the table I was at, it just so happened it
Mhm.
was five of perfect publishing authors were there.
Mhm.
Army, Navy. I don't think it was any Air Force, but it was every one of them was a veteran, and every one of them was a lifer. I was the only one that wasn't a lifer.
Wow.
And what I'm saying is, I didn't bring you on my show because you served, but I want to say
Yeah,
something about service. When you serve your country, you're not as afraid to play big in the world.
this is true.
And when you see
This is
the
true.
world, you see the world needs more leadership. And you see the world has problems that if we don't solve them, they get bigger and they get worse. So
That's good.
yeah, I just want to say that's kind of a revelation recently for me, is that I'm not trying to attract it, but it's interesting that when you are
Hmm.
a scout or you serve your country, that you have a different mindset, that being an author belongs as part of your bucket list or part of your repertoire or part of your identity. How many
That's
books have
so
you done?
good. Uh, 9.
9. What was the first one? Tell me the first one.
The first one was heavily glitter. A friend that sticks with you like glitter. I I I got this download, this poem, probably a year prior to publishing it because I didn't know how to self-publish. And I went through a course, learned the skill set, and within 2 weeks I had it illustrated and published. So I did all the pictures through Canva. I mean, real basic. And of course, I absolutely love this book because there's so many little girls who have had this story read to them, reading it every night, all the testimonials from the parents, like they don't want to put it down, they take it everywhere they go. So if I didn't write any other book, I'm so grateful that I wrote this one.
And since I have four more that I can at least lift, just go in sequence. And if I see it, I have it. I'm going to show it to them as well. But
Okay.
what was number two?
Number two, the second one I wrote was A Journey to Heaven. So that one, yeah, there it is. That one I wrote, my mom passed away in 2020 from ovarian cancer. My son was 9 at that time. And there was no little book that I found for navigating loss for a child. And just decided to write one myself once I learned the skill set. I say, wait a minute, I know how to publish books now. So let me write one for other little kids who may experience loss.
You see when I had that drink of water, how quick I did it because I thought you were going to say, and my ninth book was, and I was like, I didn't hear it. Well, and I gulp of water. All right,
Come on, come on.
I do want to hear the third, but hold on, I want to pay attention here. 1 second.
You're so funny.
So Dr. Shanice was the one who let me know that Dr. Smiley, you're getting thirsty in the afternoon because you're drinking so much coffee in the morning. I was like, thank you. I was so concerned about it. Dry mouth happens at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. But let's go. Next, number three. Number three.
All right. So I think Anchored in Love, Shining Bright in a World Full of Darkness. That's probably the third one. I did that one literally based on someone tried me. Someone tried me. I had my faith tested, my love walk tested. And so I was like, you know what? Let me write a book.
Awesome.
So, hey, if you talk to me long enough, you might end up in one of my stories. I'm just saying.
And
I might write a book about you.
and what's number four?
That one I believe was, and it's only on an ebook right now, so you don't have the printout, but it's a come to my table where treats are prepared,
Okay.
and that's just
It's a virtual. Okay, there it is. It's
yeah,
digital.
there you go. You got it's in the background. It's in my background. So
Oh, really?
there's a
Okay.
little table there,
Which one is it? I see
right
one,
there,
two.
a little table in between uh the the Anchored in Love one, right next to Anchored in Love.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So that one was just really talking about the fruit of the spirit and how God has great and wonderful treats for his children. So in a way that the kids can understand that. And then I felt like the boys were getting left out. I was like, okay, I have all these books that are kind of girly. So I made Imagination Adventures, No Limits. That one right there. And we have the greatest creator of the universe who dwells inside of us, and he's given us all an imagination, and this is really just encouraging young people to imagine anything. You can go anywhere, you can be anything with your imagination. So that one's for the fellas.
Mm-hmm.
What
Thank you.
else? Which
Thank
other
you, by
books
the
do
way.
you have?
Well,
Uh-huh.
I have that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're up to five.
All right, I got Heavenly Downloads. So that one, there you go.
Yeah.
That one, I took about 10 or 12 journal entries. I really believe it's important to sit still and quiet with the Lord and hear what he has to say. So I have some prompts and I have some words that the Lord spoke that I feel like were corporate words for the body of Christ. And
Mhm.
you can journal and listen for yourself what God has to say for you.
And ABBA. I mean, I know it's a big famous group.
Abba,
ABBA.
Daddy. Abba, yeah, it's another name for father. One of God's attributes is our father.
Okay, so is that why they
Yeah.
got so big? Is that why the music group got so big?
I don't know. Maybe.
God said, "Thank you, thank you for all the publicity."
Exactly, exactly. And then I was a part of an anthology. I don't think I sent that one.
Yeah, you should have seen me broken down. Kenny was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I go, "I got five, but I heard there's seven." And then you know what Kenny said? He says, "When Abba wants you to have seven, you'll have seven." I said, "Oh, well, good for you, Kenny."
Oh, he's dropping them bombs.
he
Okay.
dropping he dropping the Abba bomb,
Come
man.
on, come on. So it's been an amazing journey. I would say even more so than just writing the books is helping other people write books. So that's my mission is to help other kingdom authors share their stories as well. I know you're a connector and you're one that helps people push out that story, birth that story. But yeah, I birthed a whole Kingdom Authors Academy
That's amazing.
um, in the last year, this past year. So.
it's interesting to me when you say that, how much you can accomplish in a year. And, my first year, I tell people I did 25 years of saying I was going to do a book. Then I did my first year when my mom is leaving us on her deathbed.
Mhm.
Say, I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm going to do it. And so 13, I said 1 year, and it was 13 months later, I had my first book drop, but that was one whole year. Then the next year, I wrote my next book. But all of a sudden, I said, what if I did two in 1 year? And now with Kenny doing the 12 when he was only
Showing out.
10, I was like, and then he put at me, he says, Dad, I mean, I'm 8. I have 6 books. If I do 4 more books, I'll have 10 on my 10th birthday. How old are you, Dad?
Ooh,
So what's
out
interesting,
of the mouth of babes.
well, in that comment, I'm saying that if I had done the authorthon, if God, Abba, wanted me to know this authorthon, I don't know if I'd know you a year ago or 2 years ago, because it wouldn't have been that time for you to come out and show how much you're creating in
That's
the
true.
field of authority, in the field of
Yeah,
children's authors.
that's
So
true.
I'm so glad I have you on the show today. But I'm trying to reflect. Was it Dr. Roz who connected us? So,
Yes,
and then I get to meet Dr. Smile, and here I am, Smiley. And it's because
that's cool.
Dr. Stan Breakthrough Harris. And by the way, the issue was I thought too big, I saw too big, and I just had faith. And it's not too big. You cannot have faith too big. But I had faith. And what happened was I could not fill the 100, but God never wanted me to fill the 100 by myself.
Mm,
And so I talked to Dr. Stan. He goes, well, what can I do for you, brother? What can I do? And I said, if you know some authors that are inspiring and positive, I mean, I'm coming short. And then he brings me Dr. Smile, and then she brings just a bunch of beautiful people, and then you brought people. I mean, it was just really a ripple effect. And
mhm.
every one of us were in the spirit of collaboration and humanity and purpose. It was so beautiful.
It was.
What do you think about that authorthon?
Oh, so much fun. It was so much fun. I stayed up as long as I could. I was in the wee hours of the morning, so I got to see a lot of them before I came on, but it was simply amazing and a God inspired idea,
Yeah,
right? So
it
I think
was.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I got chills when I was watching it, just saying this was attracted by a vision, or this was attracted because people believe we need to come together. I mean, it's really beautiful. So
I'm glad I was a part of it. So
me too. And by the way,
looking forward to the next one.
well, and we're doing a back to school on August 27th. And if you're hearing this and you haven't become a children's author, you can talk to the doctor here, either one of us, and we are happy to help you get there. Because being a children's
Mhm.
author, you are helping the future. You are helping future leaders. We divided Perfect Publishing into two lanes: leaders, future leaders. I mean, that's it.
That covers everybody.
Well, it covers everybody who's going to change the world.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can change the world in a bad way too. So it is about good
Yeah.
leadership. It's about very good leadership, not very bad leadership.
This is
you,
true.
yeah, you will not see Dr. Shanice or me say, and here is how you can be really mean in the world. And here's a children's book how to be mean.
It's funny. I just today put a post out challenging people. I said, I want to help 5 authors write a children's book in the next 3 weeks. So you could be a part of this author thought in August. So, hey, I'm hoping that, I'll get some
You are
more
so
authors.
competitive. I now have to get off this show and post. I'm committed to six.
Stop it. Stop it. But yeah, I did. I literally posted that today. I was like, I'm gonna help 5 people get to the finish line in 3 weeks. So I don't know. Are you doing it in 2 weeks? I'm gonna help them get it done in 3 weeks.
Well, all I want to say is you can share that on my page.
Oh,
I,
thank you.
I'm
I'll
very
tag you.
I'm very happy about you doing that. In fact, our community that I've seen here, it's just all blessings. And that is an interesting aspect, is when you help each other, there's more abundance, it's not less.
This so good. That's so good. The kingdom is about multiplication. I mean, even
Yeah.
the story of the talents, though that one that buried his talent, that treasure, the master came back and said he called them wicked, right? But those who multiplied the gift and the talents were called good and faithful stewards. So I'm constantly saying that I know I said it today as well. I'm like, look, if you have a gift inside of you, a talent, an ability, multiply it in someone else. Like
Hmm.
pass it on so you can gain more. So
Yeah. And to that point, when you can help someone and you don't know you're hurting yourself probably more than them.
Mm,
That's a
that's
very
good.
deep, that's a deep thought. But when I know who's helped me, I cannot to redirect the light to them enough. I mean, look at this show.
Hmm.
Dr. Stan didn't ask me to speak on his behalf. Dr. Smile didn't. You didn't ask me to shine on them. You didn't start the show and say, "Hey, by the way, I really would be better off if we talked about how we got connected." No, those people connect us. We're grateful.
Hmm. Hmm.
Man,
And you said you're a connector. So is Dr. Smile.
oh,
She is a
100%.
connector.
And well, here's the interesting part. Every time I give a shout out to Dr. Stan, specifically Dr. Stan, he'll he'll text me the next day. He goes, "I have a TV show guy that wants to. I recommended you for his show." I'm like, "What?" Like, okay, if I don't want to be on TV more, I better stop saying Dr. Stan's great. Like he keeps putting me into opportunities, and it's just so beautiful. And I'm flying out August 2nd to Dallas just to hug him and just to hug Dr. Smile. And I wish you lived in Dallas, by the way. That's why I was asking you. After I was drinking the water, I said, "Did she say Dallas or Cali?" I mean, I can't. When you drink.
I
Oh,
do like traveling, so you never know. I might just
well,
pop up. So
August 2nd, I'm flying in literally for London. Like
I'll write that down. I'm gonna pin that down just
now
in
I'm
case.
flying now. I'm
I know
flying.
that's like a week from now, right?
Yeah,
That's next.
yeah, it's very soon, and yeah, it's actually the Saturday, I think. Yeah.
Oh, August 2nd. No, I have an event.
Well, check
I
this
have a
out.
back. We have a back to school event.
Really? Well, I'm going to be
Yeah.
flying to San Diego from Dallas, so I'm kind of getting close to Cali.
I just left that area this
Did you?
weekend. I
All
was
right.
in Oceanside. Yeah.
Well, so there's something called Prosperity Camp, and Dr. Greg Reed, very much like Dr. Stan Harris, he's been one of the biggest champions of the Keep Smiling movement. I mean, he's invited me events where they're in innovators, disruptors that are making the world better. I mean, like really at a high level. Like
Yes.
you could bump into somebody and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and you go, "Oh my gosh, you were just on stage. You're the founder of Make a Wish Foundation. You made 500,000 wishes happen." I mean, that's Frank Shankowitz right next to me. And then I run into another dude here, and he did Pictionary. And I run into another person here, and he created the magnetic credit strip on the credit card. I mean, just over and over, you're just running into people that
Wow.
have changed the world. And so Dr. Greg Reed has held this
Mm.
card many a time, but he's also having his birthday. I'm flying out to his birthday. That's I've never flown out to his birthday because my birthday's right around his. So I'm always on the East Coast doing my birthday. And I said, you know what? My age isn't as important this year, so I'm going to go ahead and celebrate his. But
That's
that,
awesome.
but that's what caused the stop in Dallas. I said I'm stopping in Dallas. So on August 2nd, um, I'm flying in. Anyone that wants to have dinner in San Diego, Dr. Shanice, if you're in San Diego.
That's so cool.
All right. So, what would you say about what it is to change a child's life? I mean, I know you're committed to the children's,
Mm,
um, and
mm,
before let percolate on that question, that answer, while I say something to you that
mhm.
is so important for me to share, is that you have a book that you showed me before the show, and it's my book. You bought
Yeah.
it. You bought the big book, and you saw it was a lot of work, and it's all color, so it's not exactly a cheap book. Your best book will be your last book if you keep playing like this. That was my 60th book, and that is by far my best book. In fact,
Mm,
I believe it's done more sales than all 59 before together.
wow.
So the good news I have for you is the way you're playing right now, you're going to keep having bigger and bigger and better ideas. And I shared an idea with you before the show, just how the ideas keep, because you say, well, God, show me how I can play even bigger. And he goes, boom. And you go, oh my gosh, this is much better or much clearer,
Hmm.
or the pieces are fitting together. So with that said,
Hmm.
the question, what what do you think we can do for our children? And this is a three-part question. One is in the school system, in the school system. Two,
Hmm.
just entrepreneurs, anybody that is either writing a book or doesn't know that their touch, their care could make a difference. And then number
Hmm.
three, parents.
Mm. Well, I'm all about leaving a legacy, and I think once we're long gone, our writings, what we put out in the world, whether it's podcasting, books, what we leave when we go, what will people say about us, right? Is so crucial. And to have a child's book that can change their life and their perspective of life, right? So a lot of the ones I have are very positive messaging, whether it's dealing with self-esteem, love walk, imagination, how to navigate loss, understanding that you have a friend that sticks with you no matter what you face in life. Like those messages, if it gets into a child's life before the age of 8, I believe that sweet spot is between 5 and 8 years old when you can really change or affect a child's way of thinking. I teach children's church, so
Mhm.
I'm right now I'm in the kindergarten preschool age, right? So everything I'm pouring into these kids right now, and helping them with identity is going to form who they become, right? Of course, it starts at home. You talked about parents, like it starts at home. What are you speaking over your children? Are you speaking life? Are you speaking death? Blessings or cursings,
Mm.
and there's so much power in words and there's so much power in written word as well. Even the Bible says, faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. So something about reading and hearing the word is powerful, whether it's good or bad. So it could be powerful in a bad way and you believe something negative, or it could be powerful in a great way and you believe something positive. So, as far as the schools are concerned, I believe that parents, we have to advocate for our children. I have a son that has individual learning plan. So he has special needs when it comes to his education. And if I am not involved with the school, they'll just kind of push him to the side. They'll kind of leave him behind. So staying active in your children's education and knowing what the teachers are teaching our children, right? Just staying involved. I mean, my son's he just graduated the 8th grade, so he's getting ready to go into high school now. But 7th grade, I sat with him every single class. I
Really?
sat right next to him. I did. He did
Did you
not
really?
like it,
Wow.
but if I told him, I said, if I'm getting, calls from teachers saying you're not paying attention, then I'm gonna have to go, see firsthand what's happening to cause you not pay attention. So I didn't get any more phone calls after that. So I think just being involved in your children's life, letting them know you care, goes a long way,
Hmm.
right? Because it's easier to not care, right? It's easier to just like do whatever you want. But when you actually take time to like show interest and show your kids that you care, show up to their games, show up to their plays, just show up,
Right.
be present, right? Especially in our social media environment where parents are scrolling just as much as the kids are, right? And nobody's talking to each other in the home. And what
You,
was your third question?
well, it was about businesses, but before we go to business, I just want to say that my son, through the blessing of the timeliness of the pandemic, was when he was 6, turning 7.
Mm,
Can you imagine? I mean, he's impressionable enough. I say, Daddy's home and I don't have any clients. Will you be my client? And he's like looking at me like, what? And I said, you'd be my only author right now. Would you like to write a book? And he says, well, how would I do that? And I said, well, the world needs smiles. They need to laugh right now. It's a tough time, Kenny. Would you do a joke book? And he,
mm.
a 6-year-old sense of humor is not there. I mean, so it was in the background. I just thought he was so cute the way he'd tell a joke. And it was like he would tell a joke like, hey, daddy, why did the man have to take a bath? And I'd say, I don't know why. And he goes, because he was a stinky poo. And then he'd laugh. And I'd say, that's a great joke, Kenny. That is such a great joke.
Thank you, Pooh.
He wrote this joke book and I think it sold 200 or 300 copies. And
Wow.
and he got the money. And so it teaches kids that one, they can have impact. Two is they can have income.
Hmm.
And three, they can inspire.
Hmm.
I mean, that is so many, because he, he just learned for the very first time to ask the question back to someone like you, Dr. Shanice. Like you say, oh my gosh, Kenny, you've done 12 books. And he would just sit there and go, uh-huh. And then he'd answer the questions like he always did.
Yeah.
Very first time, I said, now it's your turn, Kenny. And now he'll
Mhm.
say to you, and tell me about your books, Dr. Shanice. Like he'll actually be engaged.
I've seen him in action. He's really good. He's really good. I held a kids boot camp to teach them how to self-publish and write books, and these kids came up with a book and a story within an hour. on a
Really?
Zoom session. Wrote a book. We're still illustrating it. But it was five, yeah, five kids came, between I think the youngest was 8 all the way up to 17. And once this book is in their hands, I told them, I said, you can take that, use it for fundraising, sell them for whatever. Like you're gonna be a published author here shortly. And kids are just like sponges. They're willing to learn anything.
Baltimore is not exactly one of our best cities in the United States from a standpoint of role models or low crime. I mean, it,
Mhm.
it can be considered kind of a perilous and negative and scary city. It can be. And
Mhm.
I've told people that are in education or in politics or in leadership, I say, hey, let these kids create. And one of the things they can
Mhm.
create is paintings. One other thing they can create is words or poems and make a collection
Yeah.
of things and publish them. Let them feel
Mhm.
that their voice matters. Let them know that
Yeah.
activity is actually important. And what would happen is each of the kids get books instead of hustling. They sell a book for $15, $10 or whatever, and they get
Mm-hmm.
the money put towards education or whatever. But it would be
Yep.
such a blessing to move them into I matter. And actually to your point, it was Charlie Tremendous Jones said the difference between where you are today and where you'll be 5 years from now are the people you meet and the books you read. And you're doing both. You're causing kids to write books that could, and that would be the book that makes the biggest difference for them
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
they have
I
a voice.
agree.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I agree.
So the
Love
third
it.
question was how businesses or how leaders can
Mm-hmm.
see in their community.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. If a business is doing really well and they have a tax write off or they have something where they say, "Hey, I'll put 3,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 towards a book program, whether it's to let
Mm-hmm.
books or have them." Wouldn't that be beautiful?
I like that idea.
Well,
Yeah, I've been trying to think outside the box to see how I can bring programs to the schools. I actually went to my local school district
mhm.
and was like, who do I need to talk to? Because in the summertime, I'm like, I'm willing to do a summer workshop for the kids and teach them the skill set. Gave them some copies of my books. They were like, oh, we'll reach out. I think the time frame that they were looking at, I was out of the country. But I'm just saying, I am trying to do my part as a leader in the community, going to libraries, right? Doing workshops, I know my local church, we're going to do a workshop on how to self-publish books and that'll bring in money for our building fund, right? So
Yep.
it's like when you learn a skill set and you have something you can offer your community, you can help expand the kingdom in whatever sphere of influence that you have. So I'm just trying to do my part, right? And again, multiply the gift, multiply the talent in someone else. It means nothing if I leave this earth and I didn't pass on what I know to someone else. So,
Well, it leads to a lot of questions, which we're going to go into our last part. But before we do,
mhm,
I just want to say this gentleman here served in our military, and he has a book called I Want What You Got. And the reason I'm showing this is he's a veteran like yourself, and he has a
mhm,
podcast. Not sure if he's going to have you on his podcast or not, but I just want to say that I show this because he's doing such wonderful work like you are. And the second person is Jody Martin, who has Soldier Mom. And perhaps since you are a Soldier Mom, the two of you talk a little more about either not either the collaboration or when you're doing something that is veteran oriented, you show her book and
mhm,
vice versa. But the question
mhm.
I think I have three questions left that are okay. So one is when were you first introduced where there was light and you understood that you were serving God and that there was a kingdom?
Mm. When I was a child, actually,
Very young. So you were very young.
yeah, I was 12. I was
Okay.
12 years old. I grew up in the church, but I more so was going because my parents were taking me,
Mhm.
vice an actual experience or personal relationship. And I remember just praying. I said, God, if you're real, show yourself, reveal yourself to me in a way I know you're real.
Mhm.
And I've heard stories, so I kind of had my eyes closed because I was like, I'm not trying to see anything. And I prayed every single night. And the seventh night, I had a vision and I saw myself on a tightrope and I saw the tightrope break and I'm holding on to both ends. One side's good, one side's evil, dangling there. He's like, you can't hold on to both sides. You got to pick a side. And this is real quick, by the way. And I let go of the side of evil. I'm holding on to the side of good. And literally, I felt the Lord's presence by my side. And he said, you got to strive to climb up that rope, striving to be like me. and I saw myself fall down some notches. And even when I fell, he was still by my side. And he says, "You're gonna fall," but he said, "Don't keep falling. Get back up that rope, striving to be like me." And at this point, tears are rolling down my face. I feel like, because I saw this like a movie, like I'm not asleep. I just saw myself. And then it was like a blanket of peace on me. And I distinguished the Lord's voice for the first time. He said it's like a multiple choice test. There's an A and a B. A is good, B is evil. There's no C on this test. There's no in between. Choose you this day whom you will serve. From that day forward, I knew God was real. And yeah, I've made plenty of mistakes since then, but I know no one can convince me
I
otherwise.
disagree a little bit. It's not A B. It's A B and all the other ones. Because remember, A B B A. Come on.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So yeah, choose you to stay who you serve. And I'm on a mission just to bring his kingdom to earth in the best way I can.
12 is such a beautiful age. It's an age
12
that
is.
can be awakened so much. I mean, my son is 12 and he's acting like a young adult right now. He's for the first time I'm hearing him communicate at a level that I say, wow,
Mm.
he could carry himself.
And
He
he's traveling right now, right?
he's in Peru. He's in Peru.
That's
And
so
boy,
cool.
am I missing him. But then that's also me getting my introspective time. Like it's hard,
Mhm.
but on the other side, I'm creating. You saw what I shared with you. That's creation time. Like
Mhm.
that's make my son proud time. That's how am I being in growth and not
Mhm.
serving anyone else, but seeing what I can do to serve bigger.
That's good. I
Because
like that.
I'm telling you, the 2 or 3 hours I spend with Kenny, they're very valuable. And but to your point earlier about the phone,
Mhm.
this phone it ain't around unless Kenny and I sometimes do our stuff we show each other, like YouTubes and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
when it's like dinner time or it's after 6 o'clock and it's Kenny time, that phone doesn't exist. And people are like, I called
That's so
you,
good.
but that was after six. That was after.
That's good habits. That's good practice.
Yeah,
That's so good.
and I don't understand it when you have a child that doesn't have a phone and you're on your phone and it's breakfast time or lunchtime or dinner time. That's a double whammy because they don't even
Mm,
do. They're just watching you. They're watching you be a role model of not caring or not being present. So
mm,
I mean, Kenny has some issues, just like a lot of kids do, lots of screen time. And the more you're an entrepreneur, you can slip into that too. So I'm not saying I'm not guilty, but I'm
yeah.
honest in the fact that if it's his time, I can't be present if I'm with that thing. We have to agree to it, is my point. We have to agree that we're on screen
Hmm.
together, we're not on screen together.
Hmm. That's so good.
And so, but the thing about Kenny and screen time, which is really strange, he actually spends screen time to learn. Like he is not actually trying to be just a couch potato. Now, now, now there are games he plays, but he tells me why there's strategies. Like he's not trying to justify as much. He's saying this is what I'm actually learning as dad. Like he can articulate. That's kind of cool.
Wow.
I think he's gotten too good at that articulation at times, but
I'm like, look, mine's not like that. Mine's like, oh, what music video? What?
no, because I'll say, Kenny, what are you doing right now? And he'll flip the phone like this, and I'll say, you're learning about the galaxy? I mean, come on, come back to Earth. Or he's learning about ants. Like he's studying all these large, like what the differences of all these ants are. So it's kind of wacky.
That's cool.
All right.
That's
So
cool.
when did you meet Dr. Smile? How did this connection happen that you
Yeah, we
this person?
met in 2024, 2023, 2023 at a conference. We're a part of another community and we met in person. I was in Dallas and met her and hugged on her and the rest is history. So
That's
if you know her, you're gonna fall in love. So I just literally fell in love with her and she's been connecting me to different destiny helpers along the way, which I have a podcast called Destiny Helpers. And so she's one of my destiny helpers that has truly connected me with some people who have changed my life and for the better.
oh, big time. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna start Destiny helping now. I want to Destiny help, you know?
You should be on my show.
I'll get my hair all ready for it. I'm gonna be ready. That's gonna be good. All right. So what's next for you? What's your big vision? What it's two parts. One, how's your big finish look for this year? And then two, what's your
Mhm.
like not scary, but your big vision.
Big, big vision. Well,
First is
gonna
this year.
finish this year, going to finish the year strong. I have my vision board. I said I wanted to do 10 books this year. So I got two done. So I got a little ways to go. But I'm also on a really big push to help those in our Kingdom Authors Academy get their books published, and just pushing all those that are running with me. So I'm one that, let's run together. I don't want to just leave someone behind. So I'm like, let's go, let's run together. So yeah, just making as many authors this year through our Kingdom Authors Academy, growing that academy where we do weekly trainings, live trainings on Zoom, and big vision. Wow. We talking like 5 years. I don't want to be working a W-2 job.
That's good.
5 years from now, I want to be fully entrepreneurial. I mean, I am entrepreneur. I have multiple businesses in real estate, the Kingdom Glory Publishing, Authors Academy, but I do still, go and report in to someone. And my goal is just to be able to do what I do full time, which is entrepreneurial and helping others reach their goals in publishing and podcasting and different things. So that's the big goal. Do
So,
this full time.
so maybe, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying maybe when you said I want to do 10 books this year,
Yeah.
maybe 2 for you and 8 for the world.
Mm.
And I'm going to say that to you with grace because on December 28th, God just told me some scary number. He said, 365, you're doing 365 shows starting January 1st to the end of the year.
Mm.
I got to tell you, I just told you around 50, it's July, but guess what? You count all the Smile-a-thon shows, you count all the Author-thon shows, you count all the divergent shows of Smile and Shine, Joy and Shine. I'm just, and I'm, by the way, it's so funny, but Dr. Roz, we're thinking about doing a podcast called Smile and Smiley. Like we're thinking about doing
I
it.
love it. I
And
love it.
all those shows, if you start ticking them, it could be over 365. But it's how are you counting? Are you counting that you have to do it? Or are you counting that you are part of what?
Yeah. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, that's true.
Because if you
I'd be happy either way, but
well, if you do 10 the rest of the year, are you feeling
Mhm.
stress and pressure? Or if you count the 8 that you're doing beyond yourself, are you feeling joy because it's more than you ever did the year before? You didn't do 8 for somebody else.
Well, actually, we did. It just December, the last 2 weeks of December, we
You
helped
did
15 people publish children's books. I ran a 4-day children's book challenge,
gotcha.
and they wrote, illustrated, and published their books before the end of the year. So that was my birthday present to myself. I said, I just want 10, and 15 ended up getting published. So that's when I knew I was onto something. I said, you know what? I think this system works.
Well,
I
that's
think I'm
good.
onto something. So I've had so many testimonials and people referring people, just
I was
because
trying
of
to
the.
get you out of those 8 if you needed it, but now you got to do them. You got to.
No, I'm just saying.
No, but the thing is, it's not that you got to do them; it's that you want to do them.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part is the book you saw that 60th book you bought. That was the book to do it. I wanted to do it so much, and that's why I took everything I'd ever done before and I said, make this everything, make this the biggie. So that's great. Well, anything I can do to support those 10, I'm here for you. So I have 5 exit questions. They're the rapid fire questions. I ask you a fast question, you give me a fast answer, and then
Oh,
it was complete. Oh, don't worry. These are the easiest questions you could ever ask somebody because it's all their favorites. You ready?
okay.
Oh, don't be.
I'm ready.
I heard some
I'm
pep.
ready. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
All right. Well, here, real fast, coming to you. Come back to me. A book that changed your life.
God Chasers, Tommy Tinney.
Nice. What movie inspires you?
Oh, I'm not a movie buff.
No, then you can pass. No, no.
Okay, let's pass for now.
Okay. Number 3, what song gets you going?
What song? I love anything elevation worship, Chandler Moore. Yeah. Forrest, what's his name? Oh my gosh. I'm just a worship person. So anything elevation,
And
any
by the way,
worship music.
when we put the show up, you can always put
Hmm.
what you like. This is just on the spot, okay?
I know, I know.
Okay. Who's your hero?
Who's my hero? Well, fictional, real,
It's your
biblical.
choice. It's your
Well,
choice.
Jesus, of course, Jesus.
Okay.
But I would say in the flesh, in the person, like my spiritual father, my pastor.
Okay. And who would you like to meet you haven't met?
Mm, would I like to meet? I would like to meet you in person. No, I'm like,
Well,
okay, let me
on the
think. Let me
second,
think.
August 2nd, there we go.
August 2nd. Look, I told you I have a back to school event. Oh man, who would I like to meet?
Man, if only your back to school event ended at like 6, isn't that, or 7 or 8? Isn't that too bad?
Well, it's in the morning. It's in the
Oh man,
morning.
if it only ended
It's
in the
in
morning.
I don't know. Who would I like to
Okay,
meet?
well, think about that. That's a good thing
I'm
to
not
know.
like a groupie type of person. I don't have like I'm not
Hey,
like starstruck.
let me tell you who I want to meet. Since we're gonna
Okay.
since we're not playing the game, but I want to show you how easy it is.
Okay.
I want to meet Malcolm Gladwell. He wrote Tipping Point and he wrote Outliers, and he helped me understand the power of marketing, the power of relentless campaigning to create a brand and
Mm.
create a movement. Like he showed me that. And I would love to meet the Dalai Lama, and I'd love to meet Sir Richard Branson. My point is, I'd love to meet Oprah. So whoever it is, it
Mm.
is. But when you say it, and let's
Mm.
see someone hears it. So let's just pretend for fun that
Okay.
you say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that. That makes me think of." Eh,
Dr. Martin Luther King
okay, well now we have to bring him out.
Jr.
We have to bring him. Okay,
Huh? Oh, you mean okay, so you mean someone that's present who I
yeah,
want to meet right now.
yeah. The one now you saying that is obviously important. It's not important, but we can't make that happen right now. So,
Oh, okay. Oh, you got connections, is what you're saying.
well, I'm saying the
Okay.
world has connections. Believe it or not, there are people listening to the show that know this person. You
Oh
know that I know people that if I'm not saying Oprah would pick up the phone and take my call, but I know people that are 1 degree off. They know her. I know those people, and I don't
my
know a lot of
God.
them, but I know several people that they're with Oprah,
Right, 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 right.
not me. So anyway, think about it
Mm,
because that's an important question. The reason it's an
yeah.
important question is because who you want to meet is going to uplift you to another level.
Mm,
Like if I spend more time with Malcolm Gladwell, I guarantee, or with Dalai Lama or the people I mentioned, my life will up level. It will up level, right?
mm,
Because their access is bigger, their mind and their experiences, everything is at another level.
yeah.
You're welcome. Wait, you know what I loved in the moment that I was watching you just now? I loved that
What?
wheels were just going like this. They were just
I know you see him. I'm
yeah, I
just
saw
like,
them.
I don't,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay,
and
now
I still don't know. I'm like,
that's okay. It's okay that you don't know. What's cool about it is that you have something to find out. You have something, and by the way, you have something you don't have to find out, but you have something that you can find out if you want to. I know that if I did not know Dr. Stan, I
mhm,
would not know you. And I don't remember who invited me to Dr. Stan, but it's in my phone. I promise you, it's in my phone. If I look up Dr. Stan right now without knowing him, and by the way, not knowing him and meeting him, but knowing him and being in communication, we had someone
mhm.
interview us by phone over a year ago. And by the way, here's Dr. Stan for those of you. And I don't want to show it too quickly because I don't want any numbers going out there. But yeah, I had someone recommend him, I'm gonna have to find out. I think it was in a previous phone of mine that someone recommended him and said you should know Dr. Stan. And without that,
Mm,
stayed in touch with him because we we communicate. I mean, we communicate. This is over a year of communication, just back and forth. And I could keep going. I mean, but that level of communication without meeting him caused him to be thought of, to be my auth on him. He say, I do need help. I'm just
mhm.
saying that this question I'm asking you is very relevant.
I get it. I've always just kind of had this perspective of I want to meet whoever God wants me to meet. Like I believe in divine connections
Yep.
and divine appointments, and
So your prayer
I
tonight,
don't like making stuff happen or like I don't know. It's like whoever I'm supposed to meet. It
okay,
could be a no-name person that I don't even know who they are, but they're the key to my destiny. So if I say some well-known whatever, they may not be the key to my destiny. It may be someone
okay.
who's not known yet.
Oh, by the way, I didn't ask to meet Dr. Stan. I asked to meet somebody that was
Mhm.
YZ, and they said, you need to know Dr. Stan.
Mhm.
Do you give me like that? Wasn't I didn't know Dr. Stan. Now you
So who
can't.
do I need to meet? You
Well,
tell me who do I need, who do you think I need to
I don't
meet?
know if it's need to. I think there's some people that I could introduce you to, which I'm happy to introduce you to, that
Mhm.
on a show later, you would actually say, that is a powerful thing to consider thinking about on a weekly basis. Because I do think about if I don't say if I don't say Malcolm Gladwell's name every time someone says, who would you like to meet? I'm wondering, am I giving up on the fact I could meet him?
Mhm.
I do know Malcolm Gladwell is someone I'm supposed to meet and I want to meet because he is so gifted in understanding human behavior, which has given me another light. I mean, at another level, I can't even explain how much more I know about human behavior because of what I've read by him. I've read all 7 of his books. I've listened to all of them. I've learned them so much I can almost speak on them.
Mm.
And it's because his explanation of why phenomenons happen is
Mm.
the best explanation or the best logical pathway that I've seen, that I go, oh, so in other words, if I do this result, like if I do the Smileathon, it'll take
Mhm.
another level where I would say, well, what if I did an authathon where we address reviews? Reviews are hard to get. Okay, these reviews aren't happening because human behavior is kicking in, that they're not doing the integrity,
Mhm.
and they have to be held to the fire on some levels. So they can't come to the next authathon unless they do what they did in the first author. Like it's this
Mhm.
progression. So
Mhm.
I think that it's a great question. And you are actually one of the few that have not answered it, but you answered it in your own way. You answered it that I want God to feed me to the people that need me, or that they have no name, because it's not important whether they're famous or not. And what I'm sharing with you to challenge you is, maybe
Mhm.
he is giving you the answers, or maybe if you read a book by somebody and that book, that's the person you may want to meet. Like you mentioned a book, right?
Mhm.
You may want to meet that person. If you met that person and that person said, well, read this book or meet
Mhm.
this person, and you met it like a Dr. Stan type person or another Dr. Smile type person. I'm talking about Roz. Okay.
Mhm.
Those are life-changing people. So I don't have the names
Mhm.
in mind, but I will tell you my Rolodex is healthy enough that I could probably blow you away with a couple of introductions. You say, wow, these are people that I would want to say their name.
Mhm.
You ready for the last question?
I am.
Actually, there's 2 last questions,
Oh boy.
but you're gonna love the last question.
I'm like, I can answer it.
No, this question to me is a very important one. It doesn't mean it's important to everybody, but the
Mhm.
last question, the very last question, you're going to love it. In fact, you're going to smile bigger on the very last question than any
Okay.
question I've asked today. But the one before that is, what quote do you live by?
Mm. See, you're good. Like we should have had these questions already.
Well,
What?
I
Okay,
apologize.
look,
You
I'll just say, treat others the way you want to be treated. I just believe in being good to others, and what you put out there, it's gonna come back one way or another. So if I'm treating people nasty, I'm gonna get that back. So
well, you were
that's just
supposed
the
to,
opposite.
well, you were supposed
Huh?
to get these. You were supposed to get these questions. I normally have someone that sends you the one sheet that has the 5 questions at the bottom. So since you didn't get them,
Okay.
I guess what you're trying to tell me is, one, that you're going to do 100 books and I'm going to see you on the show again. Oh, that's good. Oh, wow. That's now I understand what you're doing. Now I see this that you're
Mhm.
doing. All right,
Yes.
you ready for the final question? The last question that's going to make you
Yes.
smile more than anything.
Yes.
So
I'm already smiling.
yeah, so audience, look at how big the smile is. It's going to get even bigger. The smile's going to get bigger than the smile she has right now.
Woo.
All
Okay.
right, here's the last question. How
Oh my goodness. I
how can
can't take the anticipation. Come on.
how can this is big. I mean, you feel how like how and
Hmm.
can, like can, such a big word. Like I can. Okay, how
Hmm.
can people reach you, support you, and celebrate you? Let's see how big the smile gets. Was that the ultimate last question? Isn't that a great one?
Oh yeah, that's so easy. Whew, I was thinking of another one I couldn't answer. Like, oh no.
All
I'm like,
right.
this is terrible. I don't know who I want to meet. All right. The QR code I can scan and it'll take you to Amazon with all my book links. I right here on the screen. I don't know if you can see it
I can see
legibly,
it.
but
Oh, it's beautiful.
kingdomglorypublishing.com / my first name Shanice, and it will again get you to all my books. We have a business Facebook page, Kingdom Glory Publishing, a podcast, Destiny Helpers on Spotify, and IG, Kingdom Glory Publishing. So that is how you can reach me. And thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your questions that have challenged me to start thinking about who I want to meet in life. Like, who do I want to meet? Because I don't know.
Well, yeah, and I came up with some. It was lots and lots of shows, and I said, you know what? I love these 5 questions we're finished because it's kind of the program. It's kind of what you don't have time to always ask someone. So I ask those 5 questions at the end of every one of my shows. But I was imagining someone like you getting out, going from the podcast and outside your house in the public, and someone comes up and you go, well, "What did you like about the Dr. Smiley Show? What was so great about it?" And you're like, "The last question. I love the last question."
Just get to the end. Just get to the end.
You're gonna love the last question. Come see my books. Come see. I was so happy to see the level of excitement go just to, it was euphoric when I asked you that last question.
Just a wait with it.
All right. Well, this is the Dr. Smiley Show. We love to highlight and amplify the goodness of people like Shanese and what great work she's doing. If you are having some trepidation and you'd like to help her get to that magic 5 or 10 people she's going to help get a children's book out, you can see she's committed and she is a wonderful person. And she may even say in the future she wants to meet you.
How about that? How about that? Be that person.
All right. So keep smiling, make a difference in the world, and check out Dr. Shanice. You're going to love her.